If you are watching this video for the first time, make sure you are subscribing to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Once you click on the subscribe button, you will see a bell icon. If you click on that bell and click on all, you will get to know whenever I upload a video. This will send you a notification. Hello everybody, welcome back to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Today we are going to discuss the last measure of central tendency, which is median. So today we are going to learn median for grouped data. What we have learnt mean in statistics part 1, how to derive mean, what are the different methods of mean, and exercise 14.1 problems are solved in statistics part 1. And later in part 2 we have covered the mode for grouped data, how do we do it, what is the formula, how to use that formula, what are the different letters and terminology using that formula and all we have figured out in part 2. Today we are in statistics part 3 wherein we are going to discuss the median of grouped data. Even before discussing the median of grouped data, let me give you a quick recap of median you have learnt in your earlier classes. What is median? Median is nothing but the middle value. That is what you have learnt in the earlier classes, isn't it? Middle value. Let me take an example. We have observations like 2, 3, 5, 6, 9. Then when we are asked to figure out the median of this has 5 values. The middle value is nothing but 5. So the median is 5. That is how we used to calculate. Instead, now that there are 5 observations, if there are 6 observations like 2, 3, 5, 6, 9 and 10, what we used to do, median is nothing but the average of both the center values, which is nothing but 5 plus 6 by 2. That is how you learn to calculate the median for ungrouped data. Alright, now here for grouped data, what is grouped data? Yesterday we have discussed, right, in the part 1. What is it? It is nothing but the intervals, the duration or a period of observations is given like 0 to 10, isn't it? Class interval was like 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and 40 to 50. And with this the corresponding frequencies are given everywhere. Say for suppose we are looking at the marks of the students who got between 0 to 10 is 2, is 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 students got the marks between 40 to 50, 5 students got the marks between 30 to 40, 4 students got marks between 20 to 30, 3 students got between 10 to 20 and 2 students got in between 0 and 10. Alright, now in ungrouped data, when the observations are given like this, we used to figure out a central value, isn't it? Now here the frequencies are given and the intervals are given. How do we figure out the median is the biggest question. Alright, for median we are going to introduce a new column which is called as cumulative frequency. What is it? Cumulative frequency. Look at the spelling. C-U-M-U-L-A-T-I-V-A, cumulative frequency. What is cumulative frequency? Is nothing but summing up the frequency. How do we sum up? 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, 5 plus 4. See, initially when the observation is 2, for 2 we are adding up 3 and for the added value we are adding up 4. So how many ever observation it goes on, we are going to sum up all the observations till that particular frequency. That is what I am going to do. 5 plus 4 is 9, 9 plus 5 is 14 and 14 plus 6 is 20. Alright, for mean we figured out a column called class mark. Based on that class mark, in the direct method we use that, and later on we have a deviation for second method which is assumed mean method, and for the third method we have one more UI wherein we have used as a step deviation method. For median we are going to introduce a new column called cumulative frequency. What is cumulation? Cumulation is nothing but adding up. Say for suppose, what is the cumulative frequency? Excuse me. What is the cumulative frequency of this particular column? Is nothing but whatever the frequency, sum of the frequencies till that interval. That is nothing but 2. And for the second interval, when you have 3, sum of the frequencies till that interval. So this is going to be 5. For this interval, this is going to be 9. Like that we are going to calculate. Now, how do we find the mean is the biggest question. Now, mean is somewhere in between these class intervals, isn't it? We are to look at that. So, how do we find mean for n observations? We thought n by 2 would be the value, isn't it? Now that we have how many? 5 observations. What is the center one? Let us sum them up. This is going to be 20. All right. So, we are going to figure out a value called n by 2, where n is nothing but the sum of the frequencies. All right. N by 2 is equal to 20 by 2, which is going to be 10. All right. From this for our ungrouped data, this is nothing but the median. When you have 5 observations, the center one is the median. But here n by 2, when I say 10, wherein it is going to fall? It is going to fall in between 10 to 20. Can I write the median falls between 10 to 20? No, we need to have a specific value for the median. How do we do that? Using a formula. Even before getting to know about the formula, let me tell you the different types of cumulative frequency. There are 2 types of cumulative frequencies. One is less than type and the other is more than type. Let me show you what is less than type and what is more than type first. All right. So, less than type. First of all, I am going to do less than type. So, if you have already gone through the part 1 video wherein I was explaining you about the boundaries of the class interval, when 0 to 10 is considered, the lower boundary is always included and the upper boundary is always excluded, isn't it? So, 0 to 10 is, can I write it as less than 10 or below 10, isn't it? So, I am going to write that as less than 10. Likewise, can I write this as less than 20, isn't it? Yes. So, less than 20, 30, 40 and 50, the observations are going to be the same. The cumulative frequency will be, okay, this is the interval. Now, the cumulative frequency will be the same thing what we have done. How did we figure out the cumulative frequency? Cumulative frequency is nothing but the sum of the frequencies till that class interval, isn't it? For this, we have 2. For 20, we have 2 and 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. Whatever the cumulative frequency that we have figured out is less than type, isn't it? So, for this 2 plus 3 plus 4, which is nothing but 9. And this goes as 9 plus 5, 14. And this is going to end as 20. What is this type of cumulative frequency? Less than type. Okay, you need to be familiar with this concept, because once median concept is done, you will be you need to stress more on this less than and more than type for the last exercise of this chapter. That is the reason I am explaining you in detail. Okay, now that we got to know less than type, now let us figure out the more than type of cumulative frequency. Now, if you look at the lower boundary of this, can I say it as more than 0? Can I say it as more than 0? Yes. Now, I am going to write the class interval as more than 0. Okay. Now, more than 0, when I say more than 0, the students or the students who got marks more than 0. When I say more than 0, all these students got more than or equal to 0. Let me put it as more than or equal to 0. Since lower boundary is always included, I am going to write it as more than or equal to 0. When I say more than or equal to 0, all these students got marks greater than or equal to 0, isn't it? So, all these students come into that particular piece. Okay, so 20 students are available in more than 0 or equal to, more than or equal to 0, isn't it? Next, how can I write this interval? Can I write it as more than 10? So let me write it as more than or equal to 10. Now I got 20 students who got scores more than or equal to 0. Now I need to figure out how many of the students got more than or equal to 10. So I need to exclude those students who got marks from 0 to 9, which is nothing but this interval and the frequency associated. Alright, listen to me carefully. Less than type is quite easy. More than type, lots of people get confused here. Less than type will end with maximum frequency, but more than type will begin with maximum frequency, and thereon you subtract the values. So from the 20 students, if you want to figure out those students who got more than 10, you need to exclude those students who got till 0 to 9, isn't it? Which is that frequency? Nothing but 2. So out of 20 students, if I am going to remove those students, I am going to get the students who got marks more than or equal to 10. Alright, so this is going to be 18. Now similarly, I am going to write more than or equal to 20. This is not 11, I am putting the ditto marks here. Okay, more than or equal to 20. When I say more than or equal to 20, this is what is the interval. So I need to exclude those students who got marks between 10, this interval and this interval, isn't it? When I want to know more than or equal to 20, I need to exclude those students who got marks less than 20, which is nothing but this. Here if you see, already we have excluded 2. So from this 18, I am going to subtract 3, which becomes 15. Am I clear? Am I making sense? For each interval, more than type is a bit complex. So listen, first thing, more than or equal to 0 is everybody who got even 0 marks comes under this. The maximum frequency, the summation of the frequency comes here. When you say more than or equal to 10, we need to exclude the first frequency. When you say more than or equal to 20, you are going to exclude that frequency from the earlier obtained frequency. Alright, I hope the concept is clear till now. So I am going ahead. So this is more than or equal to 30 is going to be 15 minus 4, which is 11. Now try guessing more than or equal to 40 by yourself. Pause this video here and try guessing it. So more than or equal to 40 is this interval, which is 11 minus 5, nothing but 6, isn't it? So more than or equal to 50 we are not going to consider. Why? We do not have an interval from 50 to 60. So for less than type, we are going to consider the upper boundaries. What are we going to consider? Upper boundaries. When writing less than 10, 20, 30, these are all nothing but upper boundaries. While writing more than type, we are going to consider the lower boundaries. Okay, that is about the concept which is needed even before we get into the median. Let's look at the formula of the median. Alright, so let's jump into the formula. Let's look at the formula for median, which is nothing but median is equal to lower boundary L plus n by 2n is the summation of the frequencies minus cumulative frequency by median class frequency multiplied with h, nothing but class interval size. Let me tell you what is what. Okay, L is lower boundary of median class. Yesterday in the last video, when we are discussing about model class, what is a model class? What did I tell you? What is a model class? The class with maximum frequency is model class. Now what is a median class? Median class is nothing but you are going to figure out a value n by 2, right? If you have 50 observations, 50 by 2 is going to be 25. Alright, say for suppose you have values 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. You have the frequencies like 10, 23, 29, 40. So the class which exceeds the median class frequency, the class whose frequency, listen to the concept first, later you can note down. The class whose frequency is more than the median. Instead, I can say this as the first class. If you see, 29 and 40 are the frequencies which are more than median value of 25, isn't it? Then, which one is the median class, either 29 or 40? 29 is considered as the median class. Why? Because this is the first class which is exceeding n by 2 value, isn't it? So, the class whose frequency exceeds the median frequency, more than or exceeds the median frequency for the first time, because 40 is the second frequency which is exceeding the median frequency. All right, so median class is nothing but the class whose frequency exceeds the median for the first time, or the first class which exceeds the median frequency. Okay, that is about median class, and L is nothing but lower boundary. N by 2 is nothing but, N is nothing but the sum of frequencies. Here comes the trickiest part. CF. Most of the people assume that this is the cumulative frequency of the median class. No, this is not the cumulative frequency of the median class. Instead, this is a cumulative frequency of the class preceding median class. Preceding median class. Here is where most of the people make mistake. This is a class whose frequency, the cumulative frequency of the class whose frequency is preceding the median class frequency. Okay. Then we have F is nothing but frequency of median class. And the last one, H, is nothing but the class interval size. Okay, you need to be aware of what is a median class, and this cumulative frequency is for the class which is preceding the median class. All right, this is about the formula for median. Now just pause this video here and go through the examples, because post this I am going to start on the exercise problems. So I hope you have already gone through the examples. I am telling you, I am stressing on examples in each and every video, because especially for statistics, if you have gone through the examples, you don't need to listen to the problem solving session. Even this is there in the examples. All right, this kind of problem. So I'm going to solve the second problem in exercise 14.3. So let's look at it. Here, if the median of 60 observations is nothing but the sum of the frequencies is already given as 60, given below is 28.5. The median is also given for us 28.5. We are supposed to find the values of X and Y. All right, so let's get to solve this. What are we to figure out when we are solving for median? We are going to introduce a new column which is cumulative frequency, isn't it? Let's do this first. So class interval, I am marking it as CI, and frequency in the last column would be cumulative frequency. Okay, within the class intervals we have the values from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. This is what is given for us. Okay. What are the corresponding frequencies? 5, X, 20, 15, Y and 5. So what is given? Median of 60 observations is given. When you sum up all these values, this is going to be 60. Okay. Cumulative frequency is needed for us to solve the median, isn't it? So let us do this. 5. This is going to be 5 plus X. 20 plus 5 plus X. 25 plus X. 25 plus 15 is nothing but 40 plus X. And this is going to be 40 plus X plus Y. And this is 45 plus X plus Y. Okay, now we got the cumulative frequency. Let us figure out what is the median class first. We have to figure out the median class in order to solve it, the median. Okay, what is n by 2? What is n is, he gave that it is for 60 observations, isn't it? So n by 2 will be 60 by 2, which is nothing but 30. Okay, now let us apply the median formula here. Median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus cumulative frequency of the preceding class by frequency of the median class into H. Now we are to figure out the what do you call the we need to figure out the median class here. Okay, now here we have the value as 30, isn't it? We have the value of 25 plus X and this is 40 plus X, isn't it? So if you look at this one, what is the median class? This is 40 plus X and this is 25 plus X. We do not know the value of this. Possible. So if you look here, 25 plus X is the first observation. If you look at the second one, 40 plus X is the even exceeding observation. So 25 plus X should be the frequency which is exceeding the n by 2 value for the first time. So this is going to be F. And what is the cumulative frequency? Frequency which is preceding, right? This is going to be the CF value and this is going to be L value. Okay, what is given? Median is given for us as 28.5 is equal to, what is L? 20 plus n by 2 is 30 minus cumulative frequency is minus 5 plus X by frequency is 20 into class interval size is 0 to 10. So this is going to be 28.5 is equal to 20 plus 30 minus 5 is 25 minus X by 2, isn't it? Now get this 20 onto the other side. This becomes 8.5 into is equal to 25 minus X by 2. If you get this 2 to the other side, this becomes 2 5s are 10, 2 7s are 16, 17.0 is equal to 25 minus X. That implies X is equal to 25 minus 17, which is nothing but 8. Now that we got the value of X, we have to figure out one more value, which is Y. How do we figure out Y? We have Y here, 45 plus X plus Y, which is nothing but the sum of the frequencies. But he said the sum of the frequencies is 60. So let us equate them. So 45 plus X plus Y is equal to 60. Now you know X, isn't it? 45 plus 8 plus Y is equal to 60, which is 8 plus 5 is 13. And this is going to be 5 plus Y is equal to 60. Y is equal to 60 minus 53, nothing but 7. So X value we got it as 8 and Y value we got it as 7. That is about problem number 2. Let's jump into the next problem. So here we are at the third problem of exercise 14.3. Look at this problem carefully. Life insurance agent found the following data about distribution of ages of how many policy holders? 100 policy holders. 100 policy holders, when the question says 100 policy holder, it indicates that the sum of the frequencies put together will be 100. Okay, then calculate the median age. Okay, we are to figure out the median age. Now here if you look at the data, number of policy holders he have given from below 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 to 60 we got. But look at the policy holders data: 2, 6, 24, 45, 78, 89, 92, 98 and 100. Now what did he say? This is the data for 100 policy holders. So when we sum up the frequencies or whatever the data that is given, number of policy holders, it should be 100. But if you look here, the summation within the frequency itself, there is a value of 100. If you sum up all this, this is going to be a value more than 100. So what is given for us? Not the regular frequency, it is the cumulative frequency, isn't it? Because if you sum up these values, it is a value which is exceeding 100. But he said, clearly mentioned that this is the data for 100 policy holder. So for us, cumulative frequency is given. We need to figure out the frequency. How do we figure out cumulative frequency? By summing up the frequencies. So in order to figure out the frequencies, we need to do subtraction. How do we do? Let's look into it. So what is given? Age in years. Number of policy holders is nothing but we figured out that this is a cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. And then the actual frequency we need to figure out, isn't it? So these are the three columns. What is given below 20? What is the value? 2. Below 25 is given. This is 20. The upper limit is 20. So below 25 is next column. So can I write this as 20 to 25? Can I? Yes. And this value is 6. So for the rest of them, instead of belows, I am going to put the intervals. Okay. So this is going to be 25 to 30. 30 to 35. 35 to 40. 40 to 45. 45 to 50. 50 to 55. And 55 to 60. This is the data we have. Alright. So for median, first thing we needed is n by 2, right? Even before getting to know about n by 2, let us figure out the frequencies from the cumulative frequencies. So this is 24, 45, 78, 89, 92, 2, 6, 24, 45, 78, 89, then we have 92, 98 and 100. Okay. How does the cumulative frequency occurs? First frequency is 2 as is. When you sum up this with this, you get the cumulative frequency. So in order to get the frequency from cumulative frequency, we need to do the subtraction here. So this is going to be 6 minus 2, 4. And in order to figure out this particular frequency, 24 minus 6, 18. Alright, 45 minus 24 is 5 minus 4, 1. 4 minus 2, 2. Next, 78. 78 minus 45 is 3. 7 minus 4 is also 3. 89 minus 78 is nothing but 1. And 8 minus 7 is also 1. 92 minus 89, 3. 98 minus 92, 6. 100 minus 98 is 2. So now that we got the frequencies, isn't it? Now, in order to figure out the median, we need to know what is n by 2. What is n here? Given it as 100. So 100 by 2 is 50. Now we have to look at the cumulative frequency which exceeds 50 for the first time. 45 and 78 is the frequency which is exceeding 50 for the first time. So 35 to 40 would be our median class. So median is equal to, what is the formula guys? L plus n by 2 minus cumulative frequency of preceding class by frequency of median class into class interval size. Okay, let us substitute. What is L? L is nothing but, okay, let me write it here. L is 35. Which cumulative frequency are we supposed to find? This value. And what is the frequency? 33. Okay, that needs to be considered. Median class frequency. So this is 35 plus 50 minus 45 by F is 33 into, what is the interval size? 5. Okay, so this is going to be 35 plus 50 minus 45 is 5 by 33 into 5. 35 plus 25 by 33. If you are going to solve this fractional part, you are going to get somewhere around 0.75 and so on, it goes on. So the solution becomes 35.75. So that is how we need to figure out the median. When we are given a problem, especially with respect to median, you don't blindly assume this as the frequency. Sometimes the examiner tricks the problems. You need to understand whether these are frequencies or the cumulative frequencies, then jump into the solution. If cumulative frequencies are given, this is how we extract the frequency and solve for the median. So in this exercise, I am going to solve only second and third problems. Rest of the problems are quite similar and familiar to you guys. If you have already gone through the examples, you should be able to do them by yourself. So that's about this video, statistics part 3, wherein we have covered median and the corresponding exercise. So if you like the video and if you are able to understand this, please do circulate it to your 10th classmates or to your 10th class relatives. So please do like, share and subscribe if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Anantha Lakshmi Academy. Thank you for watching.